Now imagine walking in to your local supermarket, right, and all of the products that are on the shelves have got no prices on it. Now you're probably going to feel a little bit miffed if this was the case. You're going to be a bit pissed off and it ain't going to take you long to walk out of the shop. Yet, unfortunately, that's what most service businesses are doing on their websites. The single most important piece of information that people want to know, the price, is hidden behind a get a quote button, or worse still, it's completely missing from the website. And honestly, I get it. Selling services ain't like selling a tin of beans. There's tons and tons of different variables that go into a project. There's lots of different nuance, and 9 times out of 10, one project isn't the same as the next. But when you hide the one thing that your prospective buyers want to know, you burn trust before the conversation has ever begun. So in this video, I'm going to dig into the number one question that people ask me all the time, which is, should you show your pricing on your website? A couple of weeks ago, I put a post up on LinkedIn talking specifically about showing pricing on your website, and this one went absolutely mental. 141,000 impressions, and even still weeks on, that's still going up as well. Nearly 90,000 members of LinkedIn reach with this post. Got tons and tons of new profile viewers from it, loads of new people following my profile as well from it, and most importantly, and quite surprising to be fair, was the sheer amount of comments that this post actually generated. What I did with this post was I wanted to talk about, should you show pricing on your website? And I started it off with a story that had happened to me and the wife a couple of weeks before, where we got somebody round to do us a quote for an extension for the back of the house. It talked about the story, getting the guy round, bit of a waste of time really in terms of when he actually gave us the quote, because it was far way and above what we were expecting the price to be based on the information that we'd already found using calculators online and other bits of information that we pieced together based on the square meters of what we were looking for. I opened the post up with that specific story, and it went ballistic, this one. It went absolutely mental. So 226 comments left. Obviously some of those are mine replying back and whatnot, but a complete and utter mixed bag of some people being for showing pricing on your website, and I would say a far greater proportion of people being completely and utterly against showing any sort of pricing on your website. So let's have a just quick look at some of the comments that we actually got. Very hard to estimate a cost of an extension. Somebody working in construction, I don't understand how you can be expected to put pricing for that on your website. Showing pricing is tricky. Totally get where you're coming from. So this is somebody agreeing. Pricing transparency builds trust, which we'll get into in a second. Totally agree. Agree. Exactly. Yeah. Large conservatory projects, blah, blah, blah. 100% agree. Then there's plenty of more comments on this further down as we go a little bit further on. These are all obviously people agreeing, which is good, but again, a hell of a lot of negative and quite strong opinions on showing pricing, and a lot of people coming up with the same sort of objections. Now, the buyer journey has changed significantly, even over the last couple of years, and your prospective buyers want to know the price, and they want you to be upfront and honest about this on your website. People don't want to be having to pick up the phone or send you an email or fill in some sort of contact form just to find out the basic information about how much this is going to cost. There's loads of statistics out there that say buyers nowadays are usually somewhere between 70 and 90% already decided on buying your services before they've ever reached out to you to contact you. People are researching everything that they need to know about buying services on their own, through the internet, through tools like ChatGPT. And when you're making them dig for information that they're searching for, all they're doing is burning trust and leaving and going and finding the information somewhere else. Making customers have to pick up the phone and ask you for things like pricing just makes things awkward. It creates distance and it burns trust, where transparency nowadays in this world is something that you need to be showing every single time so that you can start to build that trust up, because ultimately the businesses that build the most trust with clients are the ones that are going to win every single time. I hear the same objections over and over again as to why people don't want to show pricing on the website. The most typical ones are our competitors will find out, every project is different, or there's far too many variables that go into a price. And one of the most frequent ones that I hear is it'll scare people away. So let's just pick through a few of those examples, and I'll show you how you can actually turn those around, and to show why I think personally that every service business needs to be showing pricing on the website, or at least talking about pricing clearly and transparently. So our competitors will find out our prices. What I would do is get you to ask yourself this question: Do you know how much your competitors are charging for the same services that you're providing? I would hazard a guess that you've got a very good understanding of the competition in the market, and you probably know a ballpark figure about how much they're charging for the services that you also deliver. As part of your due diligence and working within a certain market, you probably need to know this information. Where do you sit in the pile of other people that are offering similar services? Are you a premium price service way above everybody else? Do you fit slap bang in the middle of everybody else? Are you well below everybody else in the market rate? You will know, and you'll have a good understanding of what other people are charging. So when you think about it that way, if you know what they're charging, your competitors 100% know exactly what you're charging already too. The next one is every project is completely different. 100%, I get it. If you're not selling a package offer that's a specific price, and you're doing it more on a project by project basis, then yeah, every single client is going to be completely different. But your pricing will follow some sort of pattern. What I want to know as a buyer is some sort of price range. So prices for projects start from £2,000 and range up to £20,000. Is there some sort of tiered pricing that you offer dependent on certain deliverables within a package? This package will cost this price, this package will cost this price, and this package will cost this price or above. Typical project snapshots. So paint the picture through case studies and say, here's Joe Bloggs, this is what we did for them. I can then see as a buyer that that project is similar to what I'm looking for, and I've then got a ballpark figure based on what you've charged somebody previously. Make things clear rather than trying to be too precise in this point. It's not about locking yourself into charging a specific price, but it's about giving me as the buyer some sort of clarity over what I can kind of expect. Another one is there are far too many variables. So again, this one ties back into the single story extension quote that I did the post about that I showed you earlier. Most of the comments that came back that were saying that it was impossible to give a price were talking about there being so many different factors that go into building a single story extension. Building something like an extension or doing a large scale project typically has lots and lots of different variables that make up the overall price. But for me as a buyer who's maybe not knowing about all these kind of things and all of the different variables that I need to consider, paint the picture as the expert and tell me exactly what I need to know. List out all of the different things that you would put into a price. Show me what considerations make the price go up, what considerations make the price go down, and then give me some sort of ballpark figure so I've got something to work from. The next one, and I'd say this one's quite a big one as well, is it'll scare people away. And this one, in all honesty, if it's scaring people away, is absolutely perfect. What you do when people come to the website and the price range is completely out of their range, you're actually getting rid of the tire kickers and the people that are never going to buy from you anyway, which is a brilliant thing to do. It's going to save you a shit ton of time, it's going to save you a load of effort, and it's going to stop you getting on those sales calls with people who are never going to purchase what you're selling anyway. Transparency is what's going to win you new clients on repeat every single month. The right clients who are coming through to your website will appreciate the honesty and the transparency that you're showing by showing pricing on there. And ultimately, in this day and age, it's all about building as much trust as possible, because without building trust, you're never going to sell a bean. How you want to consider showing pricing on your website is turning it from a secret into a conversation starter. So in answer to the question, should you show pricing on your website? For me, it's 100% resounding yes. And if you're struggling to get high quality leads on repeat every single month and close more of those into your next paying clients, I've left a link down below to book onto a call with me where we can have a discussion about exactly how I can help you. And if you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and maybe even leave a comment below, and I'll see you on the next video.